Hello, beautiful people of the internet. My name is Ryan. Welcome to Blueprints. If you are sitting there checking your headphones or messing with your computer speaker, your TV speaker, don't worry. My voice does sound different. It's not your device. I am sick. And I'm fine, but my voice is very different, very husky. If you have a child at home, then you may know the pain of if anyone within 10 miles of me is sick, then my child has caught that sickness, and therefore I have caught that sickness. Anyways, welcome to Blueprints. Pardon my coughing today. Pardon my voice today. But we have a very special episode on tap for you, including a number of very different than normal. A number of things I want to accomplish today. First and foremost, the main crux of this episode is going to be drafting conservatory as many times as possible. However, on the way to doing that and altering our draft pool in a huge way, I was thinking there are a couple other things that make sense to do at the same time, in a sort of synergistic way. And one of those things is this. Our goal is to draft conservatory as quickly as possible and then restart the run so that we can then draft conservatory as quick as possible, restart the run. To do that, I'm just going to be calling it a day a bunch after drafting like 4 rooms. However, I wanted to say there are a couple other things I will take the opportunity to do during those very short runs if given the chance. If I see observatory, it makes a lot of sense to draft observatory because adding in constellation only helps us in our quest to... Where is that screenshot? Let me pull it up. And our quest to spot a new constellation on night 50. Or on day 50. So observatory makes a lot of sense. Also, break room. We are only missing a couple of solved break rooms from getting that trophy. From getting to 40. So we should definitely do that as well. Seems like a fun way to do that. But here's maybe the most... So those are things we'll do if we get a chance on these short runs. But here's an extra thing we could do. I need to be thinking as we decide the rarity of these rooms, what is something I want at my... Like, kind of think of it like a desk, right? What are the papers that I want right on top of my desk, right in front of me, that I can easily access and look at and draft repeatedly to try and solve? I don't know what I don't know. I don't know where the things I don't know are kept. I will undoubtedly at some point today make a room rare that I actually need to solve stuff in still. That can't be helped. However, I can talk to you guys about what it is that I'm still trying to solve in the game, and in the process, let you know why I may or may not be keeping some rooms more common and more rare. So I thought before we even got into Blueprints today, one thing we could do is I could just go over with you my to-do list as it currently is, and my list of questions as it currently is. So let's start with the questions. There's a couple that aren't on this list. I'll get to those later. What does the inner sanctum seal mean? There's those words, the bottom of the inner sanctum. What does that mean? Why does the metal detector go off in office? I don't think that it does, but at one point I thought it did, but I think that was actually just either a bug or it was grabbing something from a different room. Where is the central server site? We found that. It's in the grotto. What book was Pearson looking for? That was a teacher in one of the classrooms was looking for a book. Why does the attic drawing point to the office? The answer to that is that it was the code for accessing security videos. What is room 8? We still don't know. Can you ride the boat in Reservoir? Yes, and we still have to do some of that. What does Simon's family crest mean? I'm not sure. There's definitely something going on with crests. Why was Sinclair taking selfies in the lavatory? I don't know. Something's going on in lavatory still. Why can I spin all of the globes in the game? I don't know. What's the deal with the birds and the baths? Don't know. Who is Pharaoh? I know a little bit about Pharaoh, but I don't know a lot. The compatriot of my mother, Philip White and Caleb Manning, the 4th person of that group. Who is Kirk Darren? That's our security person. Although there is a pseudonym, so who knows? And what does the clock tower note mean? Dark are the days coming forth, or whatever it says. That's still a big question mark in my mind. Those are some of the big questions. Here's my current to-do list. Only the stuff that I have not already marked off. I need to lower reservoir height to 0. I need to do my Classroom 8 worksheet and then take the final exam. I need to unlock her ladyship's diary. I need to solve the second floor rotation puzzle. This is the 4-letter code that ends in a red letter. Which we may have to think about that one, because for most of those, the answer has been in the room. And that one I have not actually looked around the room a lot recently. We need to heat up the freezer. We need to maybe light some candles in some rooms, like study, maid chamber, dining room. I'm not sure if any of those will light on fire or light. Reach room 46 by 9 a.m. I'm really not sure about that one, and I'm really not interested in trying at this point, but maybe eventually. We need to get archival access to the Blackbridge Grotto. We need to open all 8 doors of Mechanarium. We need to open the quote-unquote safe on rank 10. I believe that probably is the pincushion puzzle in the room 46, which I believe can be solved once we access all of the postcards from the Inner Sanctum, because that will tell us the order in which Herbert Sinclair traveled through the places. My guess is that those postcards let us solve the pincushions, which leads us to a safe. That's my guess. Speaking of pins, we need to pin down the missing sigil info. We have a lot of sigil info that we're missing for like 5 countries. Like method of travel and weather and all of that shit. And I need to just take some time and go through that and be like, what am I missing? We need to draft the master bedroom again, because I think I've only been in there once, and the last time I was in there, it's been ages. And we need to read the letters in mailroom, because we just added a bunch more. Other than that, I have a lot, like 6 pages of notes. 8 pages, 10 pages. Some of which are still, like, they're not really even as solid as a question mark. or a question, or a to-do list item. I have the code for traveling the rails, which I think we will probably be able... My guess there is that we will be able to access a train from the safe house if we do something correctly. And once we do that, we will be able to determine its route to take us to a new place. That's my guess. We need to keep a list going of all the places with globes in it, because I'm interested in tracking that down. The 4th looked north. Oh my god, is that related to the fucking clock tower? 4th looked north? Dark are the days coming forth? The 4th looked north is my puzzle from something. It's from a new clue. And Dark are the days coming forth is my puzzle from the clock tower. Do I need to go to the clock tower and look north on the 4th day of the month? Dark are the days coming forth. Southward, westward, rogue like the moon of the north, eastward. But it doesn't say looking north. It doesn't say northward. Do I need to look eastward, northward? The 4th looked north? I'm going to write that down as a potential. Look north on 4th as a potential thing. I got to figure out what day it is. Okay. That's cool. We're connecting maybe potentially some notes. Suspect is major. Suspect is small something. I have notes on the Inner Sanctum realm sigils. I have notes on the Rumpus Room. We have more vault boxes to get. We have... Sorry, I'm just scrolling. I have my notes on contraptions and the Red Guard and Black Guard. Oven, Navira. There are not 12 major keys. These are just sort of assorted thoughts that don't really have an answer. 2 safes left to solve, the basement rotating room and the rank 10. I kind of want to reread the letters at some point, but I'm not sure. These are my notes from back when I was trying to determine what the letter puzzle before my current letter puzzle. Remember when I was obsessed with that for like 10 days? The other letter puzzle where I was like, if you go left, it says A, then I, then G. There's also this letter puzzle. Then I have a lot of notes on the staff at Blueprints, which I know I'm not completely done with because we're still not sure what the archival access to Blackbridge Grotto is. So, without further ado, that is kind of the current state of things. I'm sure I'm missing some things in terms of like questions floating around my head that are not on paper. But I will write those down as I see fit. I'm looking at my notes right now. As I see fit, I will write them down as I see fit. I am looking forward to today because I am going to draft a whole bunch of rooms very quickly. I will, how we're going to do this from a filming perspective. Let's just get the day started, right? Let's do it. Okay. It's episode 72. Let's get right into it. Here's what I'm planning on today. I'm not going to talk every minute of this video because my voice hurts, and also you don't need to watch every second of me doing 10 runs to draft Conservatory. So what I'm going to do is I'm only going to talk when I have something to say, and we're going to edit the video down so that you can just see the highlights. So without further ado, let's freaking do it. I don't even think I need to grab an outdoor room, right? I mean, I could, but let's just take a look at this really quickly. We need 2 more dartboard puzzles. And we'll see what we can get, if we can get Conservatory real quick. Okay, we did not get Conservatory. I think what I will do is I will very quickly... I think the best strategy here is to very quickly like grab some rooms that are common before going to the other corner, because that will kind of get them out of the draft pool. There's a break room. You got to solve this one, right? Let's do it. Ooh, salt shaker. I don't know why I'm grabbing items. They won't fucking matter. Oh well. All right. So, our penultimate math puzzle. I'm sure we'll never solve another one again. We have 14 turned around is 41. Minus 1 is 40. Divided by 20 is 2. We have 8 plus 7 is 15. Plus 10 is 25. No. Sorry, those are 2 different ranks. 15 flipped is 51. Plus 10 is 61. Flipped is 16. We have a third of 1 times 6 is 2. Subtracted by 2 is 0. Squared is 0 is 1. Okay. Beautiful. Okay, we got observatory. We'll take it. Anytime we can add stars to our list. Oh, we got another break room. So we might get the trophy right now. 10. Oh, no. Why did I click that? 10. 19 minus 14 is 5. 10 minus 5 is 5. Times floor is 20. Why is this the easiest one of all time? 13 minus 10 is 3. Why is this so easy? Now I'm starting to get freaked out. Times 3 is 9. Divided by 3 is 3. 4 squared is 16. I'm starting to freak out a little bit. 3. Okay, now it's less easy. Times 2 is 6. Times 1 is 6. Squared is 36. Minus 10 is 26. Divided by 2 is 13. 21 minus 1 is 20. Flipped is 2. Times 1 is 2. That did not count. I did something wrong there. Okay. 10. 5. 20. That's 10, 5, 20. 13. Let me just write this down in case we mess it up again. 10, 5, 20. Then 13 minus 10 is 3. This is the one that's 3. Then 4 squared is 16. 3. 6. 6, 36, 26, 13. This is the weird one. 21. Sorry, 21. Oh, 21, 42. I did them out of order. Then 41 flipped to 14 times 1 is 14. Okay. A third of 1 is 1. Squared is 1. A third of 1. Sorry, plus. Oh, no. Does this get weird? Oh, shit. Does this get weird? You square every time you get there. So a third of 1. Sorry. A third of 3 is 1. Squared is 1. Plus a third of 1. A third of 3 is 1. So 2 squared is 4. 5 squared is 25. Minus 5 is 20. Okay, this is the final exam except of part of break room. A third of 20 is 6.66 rounded to 7. We did it. The bullseye trophy. In recognition of true mathematical precision. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, baby. A new trophy for the trophy room. It's exciting. Beyond that, we get to try and draft conservatory here. We got it. Okay. We're cursed. I forgot. Okay. So what do we have here? Indoor nursery, I dislike a lot. Trophy room is fucking oh my god. Commonplace, we're gonna have more gyms than we know what to do with. We can get rid of of parlor room, den. Den's great because it has junctions, but we can get rid of other wine cellar, whatever it's called. Okay. Ballroom is not great these days. Does it still have so there's a number of things I'll be choosing every time that a number of rubrics I'll be using to determine whether a room gets more common, less common. If a room is mechanical, it needs to be common because I need to try and solve mechanarium, at least for now. I'm very interested in that. If a room is generally useful for resources, to a degree, I will be selecting those. However, if I see pantry, I'm making that shit so rare, I'm never going to see it again. And most importantly, if a room 100% still has stuff that I am interested in looking at, we're gonna make it a room. Make it common. Ballroom may have secrets to it. On the other hand, I don't know what they are. We're gonna make it rare. If there are secrets still to find there, which I don't want to know about. Please don't tell me. If there are still secrets there, I will be, same with indoor nursery, I will be, eventually I'll need to find them. Eventually I'll do this again and go back. But for now, we need to do what we can do. Okay. That's a run. Let's do it all again. Okay, I've just written something down in my notes because I was looking here at our trophy. Solve the puzzle in room 8 on rank 8. There's a puzzle on room 8, and it is on rank 8 is what it says. So I think we have to assume that room 8... I don't know this for a fact. I think we should assume that room 8 can only be drafted on rank 8. That's something to note. I wrote that down for myself in my notes. Okay, it's run 2. We're off to a terrible start with fucking pantry. I swear, I get this room way too often. And yes, I know it's my own damn fault because I'm the one who made it. Who picked up a second copy of it. Observatory, but it goes the wrong direction here. Let's see if we can get conservatory here. Nope. I don't see any reason in continuing to solve break room. So I think at this point we are just, we'll take the dice and we'll do it again. Let's draft from the other side. All right, observatory. Nothing. And we do have dice, so let's just go ahead and spend them. Okay. No luck. So, bit of a bummer there. See if we can draft observatory real quick, and then otherwise we'll call it a room. Nope. Call it a run. Run 2. That was not great. All right, run 3. Let's see if we can get conservatory. Nope. All right. Uh-oh. My last reroll. No luck. No luck on on run number 3 either. Let's take the lost and found because I haven't been in here in forever. Oh, what is this? Myla? Okay. That is not... That's a prism key, right? Yeah. And then we know what the stopwatch does. Myla? That's new, right? I know that. Wait, I know this information already, I think. I have the names of 2 of the statues written down. No, I don't know. I know Danja and Lydia, or Danya. Made with broom. Made with broom. That feels like an important piece of information, and I didn't know that this was here. Why is there a new piece of information? In Lost and Found. That's weird. It's very weird. Nothing. Okay. Well, day 3 was a failure. No observatory on our first try of day 4, but we did get observatory, and then we do get freezer here, which I kind of now I want to do a little bit of a run just to see if I can get, you know, see if I can get furnace right here. We could try, right? Just a brief little, just draft a couple rooms, see what happens. Nothing is going the right direction. Hallway gives me a key, I guess. We'll see if we can just draft a quick little furnace. Now, I had one other thought here, which is that I think we must be, we're on like day 55 in the game or something like that. and I think the game started on November 6th, meaning we must be pretty close to the 4th of January. Meaning the idea that we could look at Clock Tower would be very interesting. But I have other things that I'm working on right now. I'm working on this this conservatory thing, and I don't know exactly what day it is, and so I'm not gonna try it right now. Damn it, we ran out. Okay, I'll report back if we get freezer or furnace. Sorry, I did not get it. I ran myself out of rooms. Day 4. This is not a good streak. This is looking kind of rough. This is day 5. We did get 40 stars, which I heard is the day that there are 7 constellations. Is that right? This is Southern Cross. This is Key. This is Gem. This is Apple. Other Gem. This one I don't remember. Oh, Slice. Twins, and then this is Southern Cross. Kind of feel like we should click it just for the chance to have 7. Look at that. 7 all on one day. Crazy. Ooh, no such luck on day 5 of this episode. We did not get anything other than Observatory. All right, I'm on a bit of a cold streak. It's been a couple runs since I got Conservatory. I do have 3 dice, and I've already used 1 reroll. Come on. I've already used all of my rerolls. Now I still have a couple dice. I gotta tell you, the first thing I wish I could change the rarity of would be Conservatory itself. God damn it. I also was thinking as I was going through here, I probably don't want to draft either Parlor or Break Room as much as possible, because those rooms have puzzles that I believe get harder. The thing is, I don't know if they get harder when you solve them or when you draft them. So, to be safe, I probably should not draft them if possible, especially now that I have that trophy. But I just realized, oh shoot, if I spend like an hour or 2 drafting Parlor Room, all of a sudden I'm gonna be in over my head. I'm gonna need a PhD in philosophy to get through these puzzles again. Oh my god, I am on such a dry streak. This is day like 61. I have not seen Conservatory in like a week. I'm doing everything I can. Like, I'm even drafting extra rooms to get them out of the draft pool before we get there. I'm picking up dice. I looked, and Conservatory is unusual, which is means it's gonna, it is gonna be hard to find here. But oh my god, this is not working like I thought it would in terms of how many runs I have to do in order to even see it. And of course, it's like one of the most useful things I can do to change my runs, but it's just not easy to get. That's okay. We persevere, and we'll adjust if we need to, but for now, it's just not working out like I thought. Okay, this is the one. I have Drawing Room leading to the corner. I have 2 dice. And of course, I got it on my first one. I don't need the dice. I don't need anything. Perfect. So, well, that worked out all right. Rarity of Tunnel is interesting. Rarity of Boudoir is interesting. Huh. Let's think about this. I don't think for now. Boudoir is currently standard. I don't think for now I need it. I think I need to make it rare. Of course, it has a free gem. And it has a letter I would like to reread, but I have a screenshot of the letter. I can read the letter anytime I want. Of course, it randomly has Christmas gifts. But Kitchen is commonplace, which I don't hate. I need to make it a little bit more rare, I think. Steps have been an issue for me recently, but its pure utility to me is not amazing. I think I should make Tunnel rare. I do not currently need it. Yeah, I don't know. It's an interesting, like, if I need it, I would need it to be common. Because once you draft it once, you can draft it for the rest of the game headed north. But, or south if you draft it from the top. But I think for now, it merely muddles our game plan. Okay. Let's go see if we can get observatory, and we will call that a run. There it is. Perfect. That's 44 days. Good stuff. Or 44 stars. Oh, baby. 2 runs in a row. Let's go. Let's go. 2 runs in a row. We're making up for it. Okay. Pool is very interesting. This is exactly what we needed. This adds pump room. This needs to be commonplace. Pool has to be something we draft in the first, like, 2 rows every single time. Parlor, we can actually get out of here. We have other ways of getting gems. We made trophy room common. I would say we make this rare. I know that's risky, but I think we make it rare. It only has gems, which we do need, but which we don't need as badly as we once needed. We're replacing this with other ways of getting stuff. And then drawing room, commonplace. I like it. I like it commonplace. I think that's all good. I think that's 3 wins across the board. Drawing room stays the same rarity it is, but yeah. I like that. I like that a lot. Cool. We got observatory. We got conservatory. Let's call it a day. Good run. Good run. Short little run. But a good run. Oh, we did get freezer with 2 draws left. I could still try and get a furnace up here. I think we got to try for conservatory still. I will say one of the things, damn it. Oh, and then I got furnace? You got to be shitting me. I will say one of the things I was thinking about is while we are trying this conservatory thing and I'm not getting it as often as I would like, greenhouse would be a hell of a great room to have activated. Unfortunately, I don't know how to activate it. It's rare as shit as well. Okay, we're just gonna draft a couple rooms to hope and pray that we get a freezer. Up to 47 stars. It'd be really dope to get a freezer right here out of the blue. We lost and found, sure. Lost and found is having weird items in it. We lost our running shoes. I forgot about the gear wrench. Holy shit. I forgot about the gear wrench. Okay, I'd love to draft a mechanical room here. What are my options? Mechanical rooms are interesting because, like I said, there's something that I want to change. The Mechanarium requires a bunch of gear rooms, so I want to change the rarity already. The gear rooms we have seen are utility closet, power source. Utility closet, boiler room, pump room, security, workshop, lab is 6. And that is it in terms of base ones. How about... That's 6? Is there nothing else? There should be at least 1 in here, right? It's, okay, that's 7. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay, well. I guess let's just see if we can draft into here. Locked? I don't even have a key. Boiler room! Oh my god, this is my first time ever doing this. I can make it common. This is amazing. I can make it a common room. That's amazing. That's huge. That's so fucking huge, actually. That's a big win. That room is locked, right? Yeah. Do we have any keys? Now I'm just seeing how many doors I can open on this run. Because workshop, I've already drafted. No. Okay. I think that one's already common. We should draft security here because if I get a chance, because it's something that I take very often. Okay, none of those do anything. We can take aquarium here and draft. We're on a little side quest. I'd love to get a furnace here. Sorry, a freezer here. That'd be great. That'd be really cool. Pool is not, but pool leads to pump room, which is, right? A mechanical room? So the only way I get pump room is if we add it via... Yeah, exactly. Via pool. So, go down here and... Nope, not there. This way. God, it would be so big if I could make... Kind of low on footsteps here. It'd be so big if I could make... both boiler room and pump room commonplace in the same run. That'd be great. Nope. And I don't have a key, so that's bad. And that's bad too. I got a lockpicking kit. At least there's that. Okay. We're in the middle. We have a tiny little side quest here in the middle of our quest to get cloister. There's a key, by the way. So we're now out of the range of furnace, it looks like. On the other hand, security. Beautiful. That should already be common, though, right? No, it's just standard. Okay. We want it to be commonplace. We do. We want it to be as common as possible because we like setting experiments up. Why is it hot here? Furnace is all the way down here. That's got to be a bug, right? That's weird. We could take dark room, but that's a weird... That's got to be a bug, right? We're very far away from furnace. We'll take the cheap one because that's all I can afford. Oh my god, we got pump room! Oh my god, we blind drew pump room. Make it commonplace. Let's go. This is huge. That one we can't do. That's for goddamn sure. Okay, we're kind of locked out of most of these doors. That door over there on right now? It is on. It also says you're getting heat here, which I find very weird. We'll take chapel. I don't know. I thought it was like... I mean, this is more believable than dark room, but whatever. Lockpicking kit worked. What is freezer again in terms of cost? Nothing. Okay. We're just on a little side quest. A little side quest. Any mechanical room we can draft is a victory. I know this run is bad. There's still like resources all over the place in terms of in these first 4 ranks because I was not actually playing the game. I was just trying to draft stuff really quickly, but it says there's heat right here. That's so weird. We have to take this one on the off chance that it's freezer. It was not. Maid's chamber. Oh, we only have 10 steps. Shit. Probably should have thought about that before I walked into this room. Okay. Probably our last door. Might be locked. Dormitory. We got key card. None of this matters. Okay, cool. That's the end of this run. Of this specific run, not the end of the video. We did not get what we needed, but we did change the rarities of pump room, security, boiler. Workshop is already common. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. We have a couple more mechanical rooms, including Mechanarium itself, but pretty good. There it is. Oh, baby. It's been a couple runs. Day 68, but we got Conservatory. Okay. Interesting. I think Study should be less rare for the ability that it has, but probably not common. I'd like to have it on most runs, because on some runs, I get an excess of gems, and being able to use those gems to hunt what I'm looking for would be great. However, I don't want it to be commonplace because it's not something I want to draft on like rank 1. Library, unfortunately, at this point, I think is probably should be rare. It is useful for classroom runs, and it's useful for discovering less common floor plans, but that's what I'm doing this for. Solarium, I honestly think also is rare for this exact same reason. That may be unpopular, those thinkings, and I'm gonna miss library, but I have screenshots of everything that I need, and so I don't know that I need it. Let's go see if we can get observatory real quick, and we'll get there. It is. We'll get back to it. I think this is 49. 49. Hell yeah. All right, let's do it again. Conservatory. There it is. Yo, we have got to change the rarity on pantry. I don't know what's going on there. Please, dear God, let it be pantry. It's not pantry. Master bedroom. I want this to be commonplace, at least for now. Its effect itself, not great. However, I have not been in there. I guess we could make it standard. I haven't been in there forever. And I know it only drafts on the eastern wing. But it's been truly forever since I've been in there. Servants' Quarters is kind of... I'm fine with where it's at right now. I think I will keep it rare. But I would like Dining Room to be more common, because even the fact that it is standard, I have missed it recently. And I know we moved Kitchen out. We're going to move Dining Room up. That's exciting because of Master Bedroom. And otherwise, that's kind of that's an okay conservatory. I still really want furnace, freezer, pantry. I want, furnace, freezer, pantry, mechanarium, anything mechanical, lots of other things. Right now, we're just drafting anything we can to see if we can get observatory real quick. And then I'll restart another run if I can't. Yeah. I don't have the gems for that. Okay, well, we'll call it a day, and we'll try it again. Alas, it is me, the end of the episode, Ryan, to tell you that this episode ends right here. I ended up doing a little bit more changing of our draft pool than I thought, so I'm going to cut this up into 2 episodes. I spent like 3 hours recording this episode, so I'm going to split it into 2 parts. I know it's a little bit shorter, but it wasn't shorter for me to record. I hope you're enjoying it. I think this is going to be really good for us moving forward, making these changes. So, anyways, thanks so much for watching. Thanks for spending this time with me. Don't forget to leave a like, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.